Hello, everybody. So today we have chapter 14, Matthew. Um, Jesus ain't talking in this chapter. So here we go. Chapter 14. At the time of Herod, the tetrarch heard the people report about Jesus, and he said to his attendants, "This is John the Baptist. He has risen from the dead. That is why the miracle power are at work in him." Then Herod had arrested John and bounded him and put him into prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, for John had been saying to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her." It is not lawful for you to have her. Yeah. Herod wanted to kill him, but he was afraid of his people because they considered John a prophet. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias danced for the guest and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked. Prompt by her mother, she said, "Give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist." King Herod was distressed, but because of his oath and his dinner guests, he ordered that her request be granted and that John beheaded in prison. He headed he headed he had his head was brought on a platter and given to the girl who carried it to her mother. John's disciple came and took his body and buried it. Then they went and told Jesus. When Jesus heard what happened, he withdrew by boat privately to be in a solitary place. Hearing this, the crowd followed him on foot from the town. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. As everything approached, the disciples came. As evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, "This is a remote place and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the village and bury them and buy them some food." Jesus replied, "So do they not go?" So Jesus replied, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." We were here only five. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. They answered. "Bring them here to me," he said. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looked up to heaven and gave thanks and broke the loaves Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 baskets of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he dismissed them, he went up to a mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and a boat was already in considerable distance from the land, buffed by the waves besides the wind because of the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lakeside. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out of fear. Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it is you," Peter replied, Tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid of it But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and beginning to sink, crying out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached his hand out and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." When they had crossed over, they landed on Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized Jesus, they sent word to all the surrounding countries. People brought all their sick to him and begged him to let their sick be touched by the edge of his cloak. And all who touched it were healed. Amen. 14.